for coming. Hi, Miss Jackie. Hi, Jay.
You doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming. I'm Mr. Steve Jones, Miss Lisa Parvitis, Miss Annie Schneider, Spree Vargas, and Miss Tanya. Again, so welcome to supposed to be February, but unfortunately we had to postpone into today. So it kind of like a combined February and March meeting, but we might have another one at the end of the March just because there's so many updates we need to share. But we'll let you know. I think the one usually was scheduled for March is March 29th. So at least we have time in between to let everybody updates for the month. Because now we're gonna get a little bit busier because we're getting in March and April. Before you know, it's gonna be July. But so welcome. I know we have new members and new people who are coming to join our organization. And if you do not know me, my name is Dr. Karibuni Sana, and I am excited and humbled to have a lot of people who stop their Saturday and come and join us to see what the Qhsc is doing. And thus, I'm hoping that everybody has the motivation to come and save God's people. So here we are. So today is March 1st, 2025, and it's 9:08. And I am going to say, if we have any questions, you want to say hi quick, and then before we start the meeting, you're welcome now. Anybody? I know, Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you again.
Good morning.
Yes, Ms. Tanya, thank you. Good morning. Okay, so so you will see, they said it was supposed to be February, now it's March. We have a lot of stuff to do, to cover. I know we are 15 minutes behind, but anyway, so today we're going to be introducing new members. So these are the people who have contributed for their annual membership. Either is board members or general members. So far, we don't have a student yet. So we're hoping someday we're going to get students. So we're going to have also an online training. We'll let you know what is happening. We're going to discuss what the current community outreach, and then we're going to discuss the different programs. What do we need to do so far, or what we've been doing so far. And then the gala, of course, big ticket sale, we're going to unveil and then share what's happening. And then we're going to allow everybody to jump in and bring you ideas, suggestions, and everything like that. Okay, so far we have thanks, watching stuff.
Quiet.
Okay, so for the new member who paid them dues, and which is the whole year, so whatever you are paying now, it's going to be 365 days. We have Dr. Siakabe, of course, and Mrs. Annie Schneider, Ms. Rukia Brown, Mrs. Victoria Jones, Ms. Valentine Dentes, Mrs. Teros Gordon Martin, Ms. Lisa Parvitis, and Ms. Charlotte Williams. So we're going to be updating how many members we're getting every month. And then, so this is for January and February. So we are sharing that part. So thank you for trusting Qhsc to do what we are planning to do. And so for people who are not yet members and you want to join us, so there's this is a membership event. There's a link and there's a QR code if you need that. And I know maybe some people using their phone right now, so you may not be able to do the QR code on your own phone. That's okay. We can send the link or just text me or post in the group, and then we send you the link, and then you'll be able to do the membership. So for the students who are active in school, then we get the $50. And then for general members, it's $75 for the whole year. And then for the board members, advisors, for the Qhsc executive team, those are $150. So these are the funds that we help to cover this ongoing cost for the organization. You're not paying for the Zoom, so we can have a good communication platform, paying for the links, pay for the website, paying for like internet, so we get the best connections, so we share the news and all those behind the scene things that happen. And if anybody has any question, then let me know. We can share what exactly where the money is going. So this does not pay any members like their wages or anything like that. This is 100% in volunteering organization. So we thank everybody who is willing to come and help us cover those costs. So thank you in advance. Okay, so the next one is online training. So we were so happy and blessed to have Miss Annie Zolman. So to do this first online training, which was on the 27th, that's last Thursday. The topic was emergency in primary care. And then so we usually send an email for people to register ahead of time. So we had 181, so which is unheard of. This is the biggest number we had for people who register. We do know that sometimes people in Tanzania or around the world, sometimes the network might be questionable during the meeting, so they might try on and off, so it might be harder for them to attend, but at least they register so we can do the follow-up and send them with the PowerPoint and stuff like that, which we do probably this weekend or coming week. People who actually came to the meeting was training was 64, so that's great. That's a great number. Definitely, and it was very interactive, and people who came, you can see what it was, and then we posted the link so you'll be able to see that video from the training. And then of course the encounters means like how many people log in and logging out, logging in and logging out. As I said, outside the country, it's very the internet is very lose. So people lose their connectivity very quickly, but we counted and see how many people comes in according to their email. So his encounter was 213, so which was pretty good. It's not, I mean, yes, the number looks big, but still at least we thank people who came. So those who attended the training are going to get a certificate for attendance for that course. And it was exactly 1 hour. So it was great. And we're going to have probably a few follow-up training because it was very, very busy discussion. So thank you. Keep those questions coming. So the next, this month, definitely we're going to planning to have the postpartum hemorrhage, prevention of postpartum hemorrhage and obstetric emergencies. We're still working with the presenters, and we're going to post you the dates. In April, we are hoping Dr. Gwen and her team will be able to work on April. And sometimes if we have to change the date because of the presenters, I will let you know. And then in May, we have 2 dates already set up for the neonatal health baby breathe. That's Dr. Msambichaka and her team. So they will give us topic, and then we post and share. And then in June, we're hoping to have the CPR emergency responses. That one, the CPR can come earlier if we find out we have a spot. I just left the other ones for March and April. Once we set up the date, and then we still have more time on those months, we can move some of the training up so we can share those content. And then of course for school collaboration, because it's going to require a lot of logistic behind the scene, we want to be able to have a gathering here and in Tanzania, even if we are not there in medical mission. So it's going to require a little bit more of work. If we are able to accomplish those things early on, we can move that training or meeting before either April or May. So, but there's a lot of stuff we have to make sure, because if in order to hold a live Zoom meeting with the Tanzanian people, somebody have to be there to help those data and all the stuff, the technology and stuff like that. We have to make those arrangements. And that's why I put it a little bit further. But if we are able to do it early on, we can bring in. So all the teachers, all the educators wants to come, participate in that part, definitely make sure you are able to do that, to join us on those meetings. So we do have groups on the project, so then we can let you join in that project. Green? That's fine. Fine. Okay, so
I'm here.
that's okay. I was asking you to help me share the screen, but it's okay. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna come off and then come back on, because the computer locks me out from sharing.
And when you get a chance, co-host me as well.
I did.
Thank you.
Okay. So for community outreach projects, so we do have a number of community activities we're doing now. So we did one in January, was 1/23rd, 2025. We do this cross ministry monthly volunteering here in Florida. So people in Florida who feel interested, we do have the link that you can sign up throughout the year and choose the date that you feel comfortable. It's always the fourth Thursday of each month. So you can see 1/23, we have 6 people, and in fact, no, we have 8, sorry. And then also we did another one 2 days ago. That was February 27th. There was 6 people. You can see the list of them. So thank you for those people who are always volunteering. It is helpful when we sort out this food. We help the homeless people here in Palm Beach County. So it's always set up to go and being donated to those people who are in need. So when we meet once a month, we we package almost 200 bags. So usually if you've seen that little video for the cross ministry of volunteering, you can see we have a assortment of different types. So we try to put the greens, in cans, greens, the pastas, and then of course the little sweets in the little silverware to try and help them, people who go get those bags, to have at least some kind of food for those days. And we know they're always in disadvantage, that they don't have anywhere to go or anywhere to eat. So this package comes in handy, and we really appreciate for people who come in and help us, because without that part, we can't. Usually we're allowed to have at least 8 to 10 people to volunteer, and that helps us to go a little bit faster. Usually it takes only 2 hours. So like last time when we had there was 6 of us. Yes, it took us an hour and maybe 35 minutes. Of course, we have also networking time when catching up, and at least we making it more pleasant for people who were there. And if anybody wants to share that experience when we come to the discussion, then we welcome you to do that. And then, of course, we had also February 2nd, we went, my husband and I went to one of the church, and Mrs. Doris Goodman, she's the one who organized and helped us to go to the church and introduce what Qhsc does and how we can collaborate. So there's a lot of things that are coming behind the scenes. So things that we can do to these churches. We can go and train community CPR for people who are there, so they can at least identify when they're home, how to identify somebody's in trouble. So we're still working on behind the scene. Once we get that settled, then we announce, and people who are able to come, please join us. And then on the February 16th, we went, my husband and I went to do the presentation. So this is a virtual presentation. We were doing some recruitment, fundraising, awareness for what we're doing. So this is an organization, Wake Up Everybody in the Morning. It's an organization that they usually host different topics weekly, like different days in the week, and then share their expertise, share their knowledge, and then try to empower people. And so you know what is going on in everyday life. So when we share this last year, twice, so we were blessed enough to have 5 global volunteers from that group, and then they went to Tanzania with us, they were a huge blessing. And I know if we ask them to share, they will share what exactly they did over there. But also when we went this last week, 2-3 days ago, so we were blessed to have Mr. and Mrs. Jen and Jacqueline with us. They are interested. They heard about us. They wanted to come and see. So I'm going to give them some time to speak on the discussion time, which in a few more minutes. And then so you can see when we go and expose our organization, we share our mission and vision and what we need to do and how we need help. We get those quality people, which Mr. Steve Jones is going to agree with me, who is our prayer warriors, pray for quality people who are coming to help us, meaning that we want people who are dedicated and wants to do help others, and then they come with us and do that work. So we really, really appreciate this meeting. So if you have any connection anywhere that you think that Qhsc can come and help, whether it's here in Florida or somewhere else around the country, and you feel like we can come and bring our presentation there and then share what we need to do, and then we can help you organize either some fundraising or meetings or something like that on your area, please let us know. So this will be a kind of like a venture for the organization to try and expand and get more help, support, and funds to run this organization. Okay, so individual programs. So I know we've been discussing about the individual programs. We have 12 groups going on right now. I know some of their groups have not started being active, but we do have the 2 groups that they are already running. So the gala meeting planning group, this started even in December, January, February. So we have to do a lot of stuff behind the scene before we can tell you that, okay, there's a gala, oh, it's gonna be here, how much it's gonna cost. So there's a lot of stuff going on and you're gonna start hearing more. But I have a little screenshot to let you know what exactly we need to do with the Gara people. So this group also meets twice a week, although last week we had to change it because we have death in the family, so we had to postpone the meeting. But we're gonna get another meeting so we can continue finalize things, and then you start seeing a lot of announcement or advertisement or an ask for you to go and share that link for everybody else to help us come to work with us. And then Working in My Shoes to Save My Life. This is the group that they are working with the children to try and raise enough funds to buy those children's shoes. So these are the part that we do need help because we have 970 children who needs shoes. And there's a lot of comparing of stories, and Miss Charlotte will is the chair of that group, and she knows the story and she shared that story. We're going to also share with everybody her story. Why did we get to that project? And it's a very dear to her, which touches everybody who want to hear the stories. Imagine if you're a child, you go to play outside and you have only 1 pair of shoes. And then so you have to decide, do you want to keep these shoes for church or you want to go and play around with it and then it's going to be ruined, and then what are you going to be wearing? So those are the stories that we want to hear and you go and help these children. So it's a nice story to hear, but we're going to share with that when it's time. So with all the rest of the group, like in nutrition, Help Baby Breathe, postpartum hemorrhage, or CPR, or vision, all those groups, we're going to start meeting at least twice a week in the beginning to make sure we get to know each other, know our plans for each group. And then after that, we use the group discussion back and forth. If we have a good interaction during those chats in each group, we don't have to meet that often. We can meet every third week or something like that. So you're going to decide how effective your communication should be. And also we want to make sure that you decide the day. So we say Zoom, you need Zoom, definitely we can get the Zoom. We try to keep these meetings at least an hour. If you are very effective, sure, but we don't want this meeting to be 2-3 hours, especially it's going to be done either in the evenings or weekends. So you guys are going to decide in each group. So start posting your availability to say, okay, we can do maybe Tuesday at 8 or Tuesday at 7:30 or Wednesday or whatever. So we want people to be honest and then try to go to those meetings. And if you miss because maybe work nights and whatever, that's okay. You can be active in that group when they post the link for that meeting. Be active and be involved and give your opinion, because we want everybody who is in that group have a voice to shape that project, to shape the organization, and then of course we impact the world. So a lot of stuff are gonna come. And some of the group I posted the link, because it's a link. So this is like a contribution. So if you need to go and raise funding for that group, we already created the Zephy link, which you go and share and people can donate it and straight to go to that group. So if you're raising, let's say for Help Baby Breathe, if you share that link for Help Baby Breathe, the money that you guys collect on that group is gonna go to only that group. There are some people who will be doing organization for the whole organization, because we need money also to run all this stuff we were saying. So, and then of course, if we have to ship stuff, we're going to need money for shipment. So all these things needs to be done. It needs to require money. So there are some people who are in the group who are going to be raising money for the whole organization. And if you want to join us in that group, that's great. So I'm on that group. I mean, I'm not going to be on these individual groups. I'm going to be on the organization group because I want the money to come to cover the whole organization. So people who are in those small individual groups and you feel like maybe your fundraising or a fundraising event could cover the whole organization, that's fine. Let's chat so we can raise the money for the whole organization. And I think I have a couple more things and then we're gonna let you guys speak. So this is the gala that I was telling you. It's coming. We're so excited. It's coming. First of all, we are celebrating 5 years of organization. And for people who have seen the link from last month, we were discussing how did we get there. We started 2019 as individual, then 2020 as a group. So now this is our 5th anniversary. And so we said, you know what, we need to focus and raise money so we can have a bigger impact. Yes, we have a bigger impact so far, but I think we can do better. And then so people who have gone to the medical mission with us, people who have been working with Qhsc so far, know where we came from. And we are doing great things. Bless our hearts. Thank you. But we need to do better. We need to do more. And then that's why we dedicate this year to do the fundraising and end up with the gala. So the gala is kind of the highlight, our 5th anniversary, to show or showcase what we've been doing so far. The tickets, the link is ready right now. So I know there are a couple of people who already bought the tickets. So the tickets are ready. This is a QR code. You can click on it, and then it's going to send you to the Cefi link. So when you send it to the Cefi link, it will give you the explanation. So if you need to buy a ticket, the ticket is 150 now until the August 31st. And then after August 31st, it's going to be 175. So when we say the official April 31st, that means we're going to start sending a lot of advertisement, but you can still buy the ticket now and save your spot of your ticket. So because we do have the capacity of 200 to 250, so we want to fill out that gala so we can come and share our story and then showcase what we've been doing, and then promise the people that who are giving that money what we're going to do in the future. So at least we give you the trajectory of what we need to do, and that we're very proud. And for every single people who have supported Qhsc, this is our proudest moment, and we want to show it, and we want to tell the stories. So all the stories that you have about Qhsc, come and bring those stories, and then we can shape it and then share out to everybody who can listen. And if you know a group of people who can benefit to come and join the gala, we do have table amount of the cost for the whole table for 10 people. If they come as an organization or as an institution, let us know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Or if you have a corporation that can support or sponsor the whole thing, we are welcoming that part. Okay, so the ticket available now, but officially it's going to be April 31st. And then that goes going to 150. It's going to go up to August 31st. So after August 31st, it's going to be 175 up to the day of the gala. But remember, granted that we have space, if we are able to sell them ahead of time and then we reach the capacity, then that's fine. If maybe people are not able to go this year and then they're gonna able to go next year, God willing, sure, we can do that. But we want you to get your ticket early. So people who are coming out of town, we do have arrangement with Embassy Suite, which is why we're doing the fundraising. We have the room blocked. So far, we have 40 rooms. So if you're, and then you have the price according to the gala support. So I think it's $199. If you don't buy through the, you don't reserve through the that link, you're gonna pay more money. I mean, if you want, you can Google and see the prices. The fundraiser of the gala is gonna be here at West Palm Beach, and it's a beautiful city. Come and see it. And if you want to be able to come a few days before, a few days after to enjoy the beach, it's like right there, very close. So come and see that, and then come and support the Qhsc. So that is what I have for now. And then so the last two things, and then we're gonna come in discussion, is we are doing two fundraising, like immediate fundraising that we need help right now. One of them is this, you can see, this is one of the schools called Minazini Primary School in Tanzania. That's how they have been cooking the food for the children. We all know the impact of just that picture. So cooking on that, but the person who is cooking, the suit, the exposure, we all know that, but the ventilation, we don't know that. I don't need to explain. That picture tells you the story. However, this is the place that they do cook for the kids all the time. And this is the place that usually we raise money and buy food, and then so they can buy lunch for these children. This is the place that they cook. However, they now they were told that they need to clean up and make it safer for the people who are preparing the food and also safer for the children. So now they're planning to buy a gas stove. And then, of course, when you buy a gas stove, you have to refill it. So you have to buy a gas tank and gas, whatever. So we're doing fundraising now with this one. It's like an immediate one. So we want to try to help and make sure they're covered. We have raised so far 385, but also there's another donation that came last night, which we are so grateful. Thank you very much. Once we tally it, and then it's going to update, and when you go and donate in this group. So this is the QR code, and this is also the link. So I posted in the group also, and I posted in I think on the Facebook. I'm not sure if you have seen it. So if you have any questions, just click on that part and then be able to share that part. Ms. Bosso, you have your hand raised.
Yes. I was just gonna add that so when you say that they have to put a stove in, they were mandated by their educational leaders. And I get it makes sense. I mean, for them to be cooking like that. I know when we went there, when Dr. Vanessa went there, the optometrist, she also got sunglasses for them, and she also mentioned that cooking in those dark rooms with all that smoke and everything was also not good for their vision as well, with all the smoke and everything like that. So I think the school board, especially since they're around children, things like that, they're mandating that they kind of clean up their act. And another thing to remember as well, if we purchase or help them purchase a stove or some kind of a modern or better way of cooking the food, if we don't provide them or help them to cook some food immediately, it gets pushed to the side, or it starts to be seen as a non-priority. So something like that can get stored somewhere. Somebody might come along and try to take it. Something might happen. So if we were able to make good use of it, make everybody happy, and understand that the benefits that come along with it, it will have a much more a lasting impact. So that's why we're not only looking to purchase the stove, we're also looking to feed the students, which is something that we've been planning to do. So I've stated before, even though there is not a physical trip to Tanzania, our work there is still going to continue. We're waiting for the schedule. Once we get the schedule, we're going to try to provide opportunities to feed the students more around when they have the test prepping time, because they have those national standard exams. So I want to encourage students to come more frequently when they're doing for those tests, because those tests are going to determine whether the students will progress from middle school to high school. And that's it.
Yes, thank you. Definitely just put it in context, the amount of money needed to feed one child. So $1.50 is gonna buy 5 lunches for one child for a week. So imagine that you do have 970 people there, the children and the teachers. So if you can, whatever the money you have to help, yes, we can help them buy the stove, we can help them buy gas so they cook at a safer place and prepare the safe food for the children and for the people who are preparing that food. But also feeding them, we help. Not all the kids can eat. I mean, at home or anything like that, because they usually, majority of them, we have only 1 meal per day. So if we are able to buy lunch for them, then that will be helpful for these children. So they'll be able to go to school, eat lunch, and then pay attention to school, learn something, and hopefully break the cycle of poverty. That's all one of the goals we do. All the educators going to support me that if you have a full belly, you are going to be able to pay attention to the class. You are not going to study if your stomach is rumbling. I mean, even here in United States, if you're fasting or you didn't eat something, you forgot something, can we survive 8 hours of working without eating? No. At least here we're like that you can reach over, or I pack my lunch, or but they don't have that luxury. And that's why this fundraising is like also so saying nutrition and supply. So we're also planning to buy them at least a clean bowl where they can put that food. Those plastic bowl, yes, we see them all just a regular bowl. No, we need to be able to buy those. And so when they're putting that food on that plate, at least the plate is safe and clean, and be able to carry their food and they can go and eat. So if we can do those little minimal things to help them, definitely it will be a great support for that. And the last one, and then I'm going to let everybody speak. This is for education. For people who went to last medical mission, we went and saw that little girl, 5-year-old, who has the glasses now. She can able to go to school, get out. But also now the problem comes is, yes, we did a good deed that time. Now what? We do need to be able to raise money to help her buy the insurance. So then they'll be able, next time when she needs the further vision screening or eye checks, she'll be able to pay for that part. And it doesn't take that much money for that little girl. For I think for a 5-year-old, according to the list that we receive, if you pay at least $50 or $75, that is going to be a follow-up for the whole year. So $75, yes, it's a lot of money for everybody. We understand that. But just think, how much insurance do we pay here for a whole year? So this is for only one little girl who could not go outside to school or to play with everybody else because she had that eye disease that she cannot, she's become sensitive to light. Thank God we were able to buy the glasses. And then now, of course, she has also another pair of new glasses, which should be sent to her as soon as we get somebody from there. For somebody who is going to Tanzania. So those are the things that we're doing, at least the emergency things that we're doing right now is those two. Raising money for the insurance for this girl and the rest of the people who, when we take our expertise, the doctors, the physician, nurse practitioner, whatever, when we go over there and identify people who need help, we need to be able to have a good follow-up to cover them and help them. Just telling them, oh, your vision is bad. Yeah, better luck next time. We can't do that. Oh, yes, we're gonna give you reading glasses today. Okay, nice. We can't do that. We know they need to have a follow-up, check up eye pressure and all the stuff. For hearing, if they have an infection, they do need antibiotics, they need money to buy that. So if we are able to get them the insurance, and this is gonna be screened, it's not we're gonna give everybody, we cannot afford that. The people that we go and screen for the physician standpoint and the doctors and nurse practitioner who are going there and identify people who are in with all this medical condition, those are the ones that are going to be qualified to be able to do that. And then the vision group or the we'll be able to screen people and say, okay, this person we identify, they need this much, this is, yeah, the insurance, they need antibiotic money. We have that. So that pool of money needs to keep going throughout the year so we can help. When we identify somebody's in trouble, we need to have a follow-up. Somebody who is, I mean, like they have, I don't know, cardiac issues, they need to have a follow-up, EKG or CT, whatever. We should be able to help them by getting annual insurance. But those are the things that it's going to be discussed through that vision group, which that's going to take that part and to try and screen people and then know. And eventually we're going to start updating without disclosing people information, medical information. We all know HIPAA, but we tell you, okay, we already found another person who were giving the insurance and people have voted that they're able to get. So then it's going to be a follow-up process. We do have Dr. Atugonza, the one who is in on the right side there. She's one of the doctors who is kind of a liaison on the other side of Tanzania, who will help us to keep this process going and monitor this part. So these two projects are the priority, and then we can continue discussing other stuff. Ms. Poso, you have your hand up.
Yes, I was going to ask if Bree could put in the group chat. I don't know if it's placed in there, the QR code and the Zephy link for donating to the nutrition program. That if anyone is able to donate at this time, we know some folks have donated, but if anyone is able to donate, that they can put a donation. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big one. If you can afford $5, $10, $20, $30, we appreciate whatever we can get. As Dr. Gaboni mentioned, with just a small amount of money, we can actually feed a child. And if we get enough money, we should be able to hopefully feed them. What was the total for a day for the entire school, Ms. Bosa?
188 dollars, but with a little tax and other stuff, we say like 200 so we can cover whatever the transportation and food is somebody going to buy the food from the market. So about $200 per day.
If we can get them, feed them 2 days, 3 days, or whatever, or even 2 days, it's good.
A week would be great.
If we can put that in the group chat, yeah, a week is even better. So
I'll put it in.
that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what I have, and then yeah, just this normal donation to the organization. That one, yes. But yeah, we're just gonna focus on those two, which I said, and I'm gonna stop sharing. So any comments, questions, follow-up questions from what we discussed? Anything that needs to be made clear? Anybody?
I was going to say, you asked if Jacqueline and Jerry could introduce themselves. I was going to say if Jasilla hasn't introduced herself, because we are getting some educators now. So I think next medical mission, the whatever we do at the school there, the program is going to be definitely high powered. So, but yeah, if she could introduce herself as well,
Yes,
along with Jacqueline and Jerry, that would be great.
yes.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Davis Norris.
And I'm Jerry Norris.
We are retired educators in New York State. And we were interested in the Tanzania volunteer experience. And we're on board. So I've spread your fundraiser amongst all my groups, just as you were speaking. So hopefully stuff will start coming in.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Mr. Norris.
Asante sana.
I'm excited. When I got on the Zoom the other day, I was pleasantly surprised. Being a former educator and working with children with special needs and then working in poverty areas, it's almost like my duty to continue that legacy. So when I heard about this mission to Africa and what they were doing, and I see these pictures and listening to the stories, you can't help but to be moved. You know, we experience poverty here in America, but my travels abroad has taught me there's poverty to degrees that we have no idea. And what you displayed a few minutes ago was just an example of that. So I'm touched and I'm anticipating to be part of this whole mission.
Thank you. We are blessed.
Karibuni is welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Jelisa,
Good morning.
good morning.
Unfortunately, my video can't be turned on, but hopefully you guys can hear me, right?
We can hear
Okay.
you. Yep.
I'm Drusilla. I am a teacher in Dallas, Texas at the elementary level. One of my coworkers, she introduced me to QHSC. We had like a Zoom meeting with some students from Tanzania. And from the moment, I was just like, what is this that you're a part of? And I got to meet Dr. Gabon and her husband, and they were just so passionate about QHSC, and I just believe in their mission, and I want to be a part of it, and that's why I'm here.
We are blessed for you wanting even to be there. So especially for school, as Ms. Bosso just said, the school programs are gonna get way better, way better. It's a very rewarding. I don't know how to explain, and of course I'm from there, so I know the other side of people living without, living below their means. Been there, done that, and then come out of there to say, you know what, I need to pay forward, because God has blessed me enough to be able to share what he gave me. So then I'm going to be able to do that. So I am always, always amazed to have people like Mr. and Mrs. Norris here, Ms. Julissa, to say, I want to go and do, even if you've never been there. We have a few stories. Now I'm going to let Mr. Steve Jones share that. We have people who have never been there, and then now they're going to the fifth time. And it's not like I'm holding everybody hostage. Let's go, let's go. No, they're waiting to themselves. Okay, I'm planning, I'm coming. For me to see that, I know people are dedicated, they want to pay forward, they'll be able to say, you know what, I need to do this. And I can echo what Mr. Norris was saying. Once you see that, you cannot unseen, because it's going to play in your head. I'm like, okay, I need to do something. I need to do something. That's how I felt when I came to this country and I see the opportunity, the blessing that people have. And I said, you know what, if I'm blessed this much, I should be able to help them. Those little kids at school, when you see them, yes, if I have Miss Rukia here or Miss Veronica, they will tell you. You see those little kids, or Miss Sandra, you see those little kids' face, I don't have to pay you for anything. You will want to do something for them. Yes, Ms. Bosom.
Oh, no, I was just going to echo that teaching, healthcare, especially like nursing, careers like that, they within themselves are almost like volunteer events because you give so much of yourself, you sacrifice so much of yourself. And although anyone who's a teacher or was a teacher knows that although you do get paid for what you do, you know, the sacrifices and the emotional tolls and the challenges that you face are most of the time greater than the compensation that you receive. So this is just a carryover from what we do professionally.
I'm gonna let Ms. Siobhan, Mr. Steve Jones, Ms. Tanya, any of you guys want to share your experience here and things that you're doing so far? Any of those three? Oh, Mr. Rukia is there. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you before. Anyone who wants to share their experience and just inform the new people in the organizations to see or expect what's coming.
Morning, it's Siobhan. Sorry, I had a long day, so I'm still in bed. A long night. Uh, I joined, I guess, through Dr. Garboni, and I just enjoy the passion that everyone have and enjoy meeting new people and experiencing different adventures. I think I'm part of this committee, the SHU and the Gala group, along with I'm not sure if I'm signed up for the postpartum, but I'm
Yeah.
looking forward. Okay, I'm in so many things that I don't even know anymore. But yes, looking forward to planning and brainstorming and meeting everyone else. I enjoy it, and I had my first um, distribution pack up in Lakewood, so I'm making sure to mark my calendar every fourth Thursday to have off to join them. It's a great group of people.
Thank you very much. And Siobhan has a world background knowledge that we are trying to train. Maybe I should be politically correct. She's trying to share with us, which we really need her help. So as she said, she's on at least 3-4 groups. And she's able to do those things because of those areas that she's interested in. And then so we try to encourage people to have that passion, because if you do something on the area that you feel like you can make an impact, definitely go for it. And we welcome those people who wants to do that. But here's Mr. Steve Jones. I'm gonna let Ms. Rukia and then Mr. Steve Jones.
Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising.
Hi.
It's always a pleasure to come on and hear new people that have experienced just a conversation, just a picture of what we do in QH. And I say we because I'm a first time going down there, first to the program, and just from going down there, experiencing the blessing that I got from being there, thinking that I was coming to do so much for others, and what they did for my spirit and my soul is just can't be expressed. So those that I just listened to a gentleman saying how he was touched by just a meeting. You will be blown beyond that when you come down and see how these young people, the people at the hospitals and the church, I mean not the church, at the school, how they just live in a space where they don't even recognize that they don't have. We do. It's such an experience, and you'll be blessed. And I'm complete.
Oh, thank you, my sister. Yeah.
Sante Sana.
Yes. Mr.
I
Steve
have to
Jones.
leave for now. I have another meeting to go to, but I just grateful that I was able to get that in there.
No,
Everyone
thank
created
you.
an awesome day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director
It was great seeing you.
Kia Brown.
Okay, either Tanya, Mr. Steve Jones, one of you, go.
I want to say, this is Steve Jones. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I want to say that you never know what great blessing that you'll be able to bestow on other people, as well as being able to be blessed yourself. Sometimes you think that you're going to give things to other people and find out that you receive more. And this is the type of mission that we have with QHSC. When you go there, you're going to meet the people in the hospital, and they're going to be just open arms for you to learn about the things that you are bringing to them. They're very grateful and they're very thankful. And the Tanzanian people are very lovely people, and they're very good people to work with. The kids, I can't say enough about them. You know, when I first went to the meeting, the mission, I'm sorry, I thought I didn't have anything to offer. And I say that a lot because my background is military. I'm a trainer and I got a business mind and all these other kind of stuff that go on. And that's kind of like way far fetched from what the mission is actually about. It's medical and education. But when you get there, you'll find out that there's some things that you have that's inside of you that they need. I mean, never think that you are not going to be able to help. Believe me, when the kids see you coming, I mean, their faces are going to light up. The attendance rate is going to go up because they know one of the things, that when we come, we got gifts for them. We have school supplies, we have school bags, we feed them for the 2 weeks. We have recreational activity for them. We give them health care benefits, eye care benefits. So that's just a lot of things that go on that you think that just because I don't work in that particular area, or I don't have anything to give. It's a lot of things that you can do that will bring joy and peace and some comfort to people who don't have. As again, like the lady was saying, they don't know they don't have. You know, because they're used to going to school with dirty shirts on, used to going having, I mean, a white shirt that's brown, and they're happy. I mean, shoes with holes in, and they're happy. I mean, you know, I'm just being honest with you. It was an eye opener for me when I first got there. So I am appalled and glad that Dr. Cabona had an opportunity to invite me along, and I thank God for the mission.
Thank you. Mr. Steve Jones is also our prayer warrior. So he prayed for us to get the quality volunteers, and we get those quality volunteers. So thank you. Miss Tanya, I know she wanted to speak a bit before.
I don't know if I wanted to speak, but I will speak. Um, but it's always you get more than you think you will from giving. That is always true, and it's always a pleasure. And they're so receptive to anything that you have, any advice that you give, any gifts that you give. They just appreciate you being there and being willing to help them. The kids just want to hug you and ask about where you're from. Um, Even though you don't always understand everything they're saying, you know, they know we're there to love them, and they're giving that love back. And it's just such a pleasure to see that reflected.
Thank you, Miss Tanya. Yeah, she went with us last year and she did an excellent job taking care for those little tiny babies. Those NICU babies. Yes, they need you. They're calling you. Miss Poso, you have your hand right.
Yeah, I was going to ask if possible. I know we're in a discussion, but for the education people, if they could let me know what day of the week would be best for them to meet. We don't have to pick a date, but just let me know what day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever. Then I can try to schedule a meeting with them. And also, same thing with Steve for social media and education.
Okay, that's good. Miss Valentine, do you have anything to say? Valentine is one of our board member, and she also went to Tanzania. I think that was the second group. Oh, maybe she's not. Bree, you want to share your experience?
Sure. Okay, so my first year going to Tanzania, I was a nursing student, and same thing, I thought I didn't have a lot to offer. And I started teaching postpartum hemorrhage there with Dr. Gabone. And around the third day, everyone started teaching me. They were able to teach, they were able to laugh and have fun, and they were so grateful. And you can just see the brightness in their eyes. And so it's really rewarding. And then I started going back. And to see some of them, you start seeing the same nurses and doctors, and they start actually applying that information and doing it in their everyday routine. So each year when I go back, it's just more and more rewarding, and I love seeing that. My favorite was last year though, when we started the crash cart training, and they had an AED, but they didn't know how to use it. And I would say what the last day at Kiwa.
Hero Hospital, yeah.
We did kind of like a mock code, and oh my God, that was the best day ever. They were so excited and so happy, and by the end of the day they were able to run a code better than I could. So that part is really rewarding. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, yeah. And Bree, your experience here, because we do more than just a medical mission. What are your experience
Yes.
and activities here? Yeah.
So here we do the we do CPR out in the community as well. We do, I believe we've done 2 or 3 teachings at local churches. I also do the cross ministries when I can. And I believe we're going to start doing more CPR trainings.
Yes.
So, mhm.
And Alisa, what's your experience here and Tanzania?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am a newer nurse. I am in the ICU field. And when I first joined, I was still a student with Dr. Gabone. And so now that I've kind of progressed in my own practice, I'm excited for the opportunity. I'm planning to go back and participate on the CPR and ICU teams. And like everyone's been saying, it's very fulfilling, and you get, you know, a sense of accomplishment being able to share and uh, help them grow in their practice. So now that I have, more real world application, I'm excited to go back and be able to answer their questions more successfully and give them real life examples. Because one thing I noticed, especially with the CPR group, is that because it wasn't something they were incorporating in their daily practice, in their medical practice, they didn't have high expectations for CPR. They thought that like, oh, that's just a theory. It doesn't really work. So now being able to say, yes, it does work. These are, anecdotes and how it can benefit your patient. That will be, very useful, I believe. And then locally, we've been doing volunteering. I think the one thing we didn't really mention is last year we did the health screening before school. So seeing the little kids and trying to make it so that like they're not afraid to go to the doctor and try to explain things and give them, positive introductions to things like a blood pressure cuff and exposure to the medical field. And the little kids were actually really excited to see the CPR because we had combined the CPR training with the health screening. So they're excited to learn, even the little ones.
Thank you very much. Quick, and then I'm going to give Ms. Posa time to speak. So Lisa, Bree, Valentine's, I know Catherine is not at the meeting. When we went to Tanzania, they were like the first time students. Like what Mr. Steve Johnson said, most people say, oh, what am I going to do? I've never done that before, or I'm not a healthcare worker. So we say the QHSC is not only for healthcare workers. QHSC is for everybody who is dedicated, want to pay forward. And that's it, period. Because if you look at those programs, you don't need to be a healthcare worker to participate fully. A lot of stuff, even if we are going to the hospital, even if you are not healthcare workers, you should be able to jump in there and help. There's a lot of things that you can still do even in the hospital, helping what we are doing for patients. So anybody who is willing to do it, to do the work, then yes, of course, after work we celebrate. But yes, we're trying to expose ourselves here, like expand more here throughout the country to try and help. As what Alisa was just saying, doing the community CPR, community screening, or that was school bashes. So doing the screening for the kids before the school, all those things that we can offer and help them and make it more relaxed environment versus a child is scared to go and see a white coat, they start screaming. No, we need to be able to make that part as normal so people can engage on their routine physical checkup without any problem. So even if you might not be able to go to Tanzania for medical mission, we can still do a lot. Another thing is fundraising for in America. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fundraising in different states. So even if you don't live in Florida, you can still participate fully with all the fundraising. If you have an activities, if we're able to come, we come and join you and support you as you expand the QHSC mission. So don't think like, okay, because I don't live in Florida, then I can't help. No, yes, you can. So we can have that conversation on the side and then direct you or guide you to what you need to do while you are outside over there. I think I see Mary. Do you want to say hi? She's from Tanzania. You're muted, Mary.
I was going to say I think Dina's here too. I don't know
Oh,
if you
and
can
Dina's gonna be
unmute or
next.
not.
Thank you. We can't hear you, Mary.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I've learned a lot through you people. You have given me an exposure. Thank you, very kind. That's all I can say it for now. But maybe Dr. Gabon, I will come and in the inbox, I would like to share all the gas cooking to the school.
Okay, yeah,
The
we can chat afterwards, yes.
Yes, yes. That's all. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Dr. Dina Komakoma, can you say hi if you're able to? She's one of our members in QHSC in Tanzania, and she is an instrument person because she always there with us. Dr. Dina Komakoma go to different hospitals. She comes with us and be able to help with the translation, help with just the culture to be able to inform the global volunteers. And she's a big part. She's been there with us since 2019. So it's a great thing to have people from Tanzania. Oh, there she is. Hi.
Hello. Hello, dears. Hello, QHC members. I'm happy to see you.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I'm joining late.
No, that's okay.
So I'm continuing to listen what is going on.
Okay.
But thank you. I'm happy to see all of you.
Yes, thank you. We are happy to have you on the call. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so we are getting to the end. I know it's what another minute or so we can finish up an hour of the meeting. But any questions, issues, if you are not able to say here and you want to ask through the group, that's fine. Or you want to specifically ask me or my husband or our secretary, Ms. Bree Vargas. If you are able to do that, then please share those questions. But the only way we answer your questions is if you ask them. And the only way we clarify things is if you ask them. So even if we think, okay, maybe somebody else has asked it, maybe nobody has it. So please send those questions. We want everybody to be actively involved because I cannot do by myself. My husband and I cannot do by ourselves. So we do need your help. And we appreciate you even giving us this Saturday morning and to try and share what we need to do, their plans with Tanzania, and what we need to do to help others have a better day, especially people who are less fortunate than us, or are sick, or they cannot afford just the regular things every day. But so if nobody has any questions, issues, I'm gonna ask Mr. Steve Jones to pray for us. Anybody has any issues, questions, concern before he prays for us? No. Mr. Steve Jones, it's your turn.
Okay, I was trying to get back online. Gracious Heavenly Father, God, we just want to thank you for an outstanding, wonderful day. We want to thank you, God, for your presence in this meeting today. Thank you for the new members as they learn what QHC has to offer and they can come in, oh God, and be of great help. We ask you, God, to continue to allow us to do the things that we have done for the last 4 to 5 years, oh God. We just want to thank you, God, for having a heart for people, for having the grace for your love. Thank you for your son, Jesus Christ, who bled and died on Calvary, oh God, for the redemption of our sins. But God, as he bled and died for our sins, oh God, it gave us the right to the tree of life. And we want to thank you even more so, God, because as he gave, we give. And God, let us continue to give of ourselves, oh God, that everything that we give of ourselves, that you will give it back to us. God bless us with quality, not quantity, but quality volunteers, oh God, who have a heart to serve your people. Bless them, oh God, and bless us. God, we ask you now for even the funds that we're asking you for. Fill our hearts, fill our tanks, fill our bank accounts, oh God. Fill it with QSAC. And God, we pray for a successful, oh God, 5-year anniversary, oh God. Let it be filled to the top with no room, oh God. Shall all have a super soaker sellout, God. This is what we ask of you in Jesus' name. And we thank you and we praise you. And God, let anyone here on this line have a need today, oh God. We ask you to touch that need in a special way. Bind the demonic spirit of holding anything back that we need to do. We ask this in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen and amen.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give it
Everyone
back
have a
to
great
Saturday. Yes, thank you very
Amen.
much.
Everybody have a great Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We're gonna make it a
Bye.
link and share with everybody else. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Kwaheri.
Bye.
Oh, Dina,
Bye.
can